Pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana. Before I start, I would like you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you will get the next updated one. Today, I want to discuss something very serious that is taking part in Georgetown, Guyana. During the week, many people called me and said, Mr. Correa, we used to think you crazy, stupid and foolish and dumb, but we used to listen to your CN Sharma. And we know 2 or 3 times they put you off the set when he was in the other building and then he moved over to the other one. Well, one thing you have to remember, a man's house is his own personal affair. His car and what his belongings is his. And if we allow you to sit in it, then that's a privilege. It's nothing personal if they don't want you there. They also say, we follow you around. From Guyana to America, your house open to any race, anybody. The first day your speech called to our friends who was there. You are a visitor and a stranger the first hour or 2. And you will dish out food and everybody will eat and drink. The second day, once they're there, you tell them, help yourself. Sometimes we want to know, who are you? These are from people in Guyana that see how I grew up and what I do. And even in the US, even my son Anthony Snow do the same. Because we grew up with a mother, a Muslim woman, an Indian. And yes, she was very charitable, she was very kind, but she had a mouth like the Amarara River. And I have no apology to that. But when it comes to that, I would like to see defense. No matter how much the mouth run, I'm there to block it and answer it and turn the water back. So I want to make this clear. I've seen a lot. They say the people who are being swearing into government and those who we are relying on to keep the peace and protect the nation are worse than the thieves on the streets. And these are several people from Essequibo to Burmese, from Canal to Grove to Hostelling. And some people in our Town, Roxham Burnham Garden. I will not call name because these are people who wanted a Guyana for all Guyanese. These were people who walked behind the late Walter Radney in the WPA. These are people who gather in large number in demonstration with the late Walter Radney and even other political party before his. Some people say, Correa, some of us think you was a racist, but you have all the race in you, but you speak the truth. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to thank you all for thinking that way. If that's what you see and that's what you hear, then I cannot change it. But my message is straight and simple. I was made to understand that policemen have whorehouse in Guyana, prostitution gang, and I'm not going to call the police name. If a policeman is there for law and order, then that should be far from his arising to have a hotel or have young women prostituting themselves. These are things I condemn. Then I see in your parliament concerning the budget, they're talking about crime. I would like you all to give every one of the ministers a mirror to have a good look at themselves. I am not the judge. Don't matter how much money you thief, where are you going to take it? I have seen description of death all over the world. Some, you got to spray it with chemical before you pick it up. And these were thieves. These are people who have millions. What am I trying to tell you? Don't matter what you stole, you will dead and left it. And if there is a God that you believe in, I don't think he will entertain that. Nor will he allow you in heaven with that kind of attitude when he against that. My fellow citizens of Guyana, it is just a matter of time before we get together to do what is right. Excuse me, in Guyana, you have lived through the Barnum era, where Chetty lied so much that he didn't get to run for the second term and he died in the first. Because he said he will change the Constitution, and when he get in, he refused. What I'm trying to tell you, I don't care who you are, who you all get killed and who you ain't killed yet and planning to kill. You have a day coming. You have children. And I want the crime bill to be any man who says he buy a dam to deny people an egress and egress must be tried, and if under the circumstances he's guilty, I want execution for such an individual. Not jail time, not money. The individual must be executed. And if I am wrong, then we shouldn't worry with Venezuela trying to take away 2/3 of Guyana. They should come in and take the whole country. Isn't that right, Ali? Isn't that right, you lawmakers? Because if you have your friend named Lal in Canaan, blocking the egress and egress dam, so he buy it and put, according to information is alleged, pumping his water in an area that he did not dig out in other people's property. Such a parasite must be taken care of. We kill mice, we kill roach, we kill snake and crocodiles because we said that these things spread disease. What about the two-legged bastards that making life hard for other people? Such as the policeman who's supposed to protect you in law and order got whole house, according to information. And according to information again, police taking bribe and locking up innocent people because coolie people love to bribe. And you Indian, you don't like the black people for what happened in the past. And you're wrong, not all of them, because they did not commit such a heinous crime. That happened was Highlanders. But they were black, and I will forgive you. If you see tiger, you say tiger. If you see lion, you go say lion. But when the time comes, you know which one. So I could understand due to illiterateness, you call a spade a spade. And yes, the dominant force between the two races in Guyana is the black. Everybody owe you something, you want to destroy, loot, burn, and kill. Stop it. Because this generation is not going to take it. Okay? Some of us go to send you to meet God. We going to wait on him. Because we don't thief, we don't want what you got. Don't lie on us. Don't jail us. Don't beat us. Because I don't care if your baby is 1 second old. We are going to get back to you. You beat ours, we going to beat yours. You kill ours, we going to kill yours. Because if there's no law and order in the country, then we are in serious trouble. But who are the lawmakers? The criminals? Only to protect themselves? Change the Constitution that no man is above the law. Change the Constitution, not an institution. Come on, Ali. You call yourself a Muslim. You pray 5 times a day. You use the Holy Quran and call for Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him. But you have the nation are suffering with crime, but you're not studying what's happening to them. You're doing a lot of good, but you got to be stiff with the law. Every minister should have a lie detector test, present and past. And those corrupt businessmen that associate in political parties, that bribing judges, lawyers, prosecutors, and criminals to do the nasty work, and politicians alike, that will tell a judge what to do. We got your days coming. And remember, criminals, If a coolie, an Indian pay you to kill somebody and burn their house, don't do it. And when you do it, they already tell 5 people, who tell another 25, will tell another 505, and they can continue. Your days are numbered. You don't see somebody killers how they die? Accident. Drive-by shooting. I'm educating you. Don't kill for politician or businessman. Please. Do not do that. And respect the good police officers who are doing their job. Judges, magistrate, prosecutor who are doing their job. Respect them. And if the ministers in government are doing it, respect that. But if anyone says, we are only here to help PPP members, that person must be kicked out immediately by the Speaker of the House and must not be allowed to work under no government facilities. Because we don't run a country by religion, party, color, and language and culture. We run a country by principle and law for all man in the country, or every human being that are in the country. My friends, I have seen a lot and know a lot. All the cases that in the past that people fight people for their property and win, with the right government shall be reopened. And if it found that you are lying, what you got will be taken away and given to the person. And you shall face the execution chamber. Because such disease do not need to live. And if you are too old to take it, we will consider going deeper than that. All right? And for the loud music, music that makes no sense with your neighbors, you're playing it so loud, affecting your neighbors from resting, and nobody doing anything about it. I call upon you to be civilized. Play your music for yourself, not for people. It brings me to a story with a Chinese man. We were living next door to our black neighbors who were playing heavy music with big jukebox at that time. And you could have heard how loud it is. All the neighbors was angry, but they couldn't do nothing because these people had good police ties. The Chinese man get a bigger jukebox and he get Chinese music. And while they were playing them on and dancing, he put on his own ching dong, ching dong, ching dong. They start to complain. It would have caused murder that day. When they tell you, how can you do that? He said, I am a Chinese, this is my language. And I can dance it, that's your own. Nobody is stopping you. Why you want to stop me? Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, that stopped everything? Because that Chinese man, they mean business. You fight fire with fire. Ignorance with ignorance. Under the PNC government, many nations suffer. Even your own black people suffer when they speak out against Barnum. Rodney lost his life. Uini and Dublin in Mackenzie was gone down by the bridge, crossing Wisma. It's alleged I wasn't there. So, here we are talking about a nation will be one of the richest in the entire world, but yet your people still renting house. And your people still squatting. All you ministers and government are not ashamed? Venezuela give Guyanese free land, water, and light, while Suriname, I heard, had done the same. According to information, it's alleged 42 to 43,000 Guyanese bought into Suriname, and Suriname claiming New River. I heard a lot of them in 4 rows in the force. And in Venezuela, 120-something thousand Guyanese, with 51,000 are in the force. And the Indians are saying, you see them people there? This is what they do of me. And Indians are spiteful people, very vindictive, very covetous. And at the time, not all, out of every 100, you might find 12 or 15 decent and honorable. The rest is miserable. lack of education, lack of truth. Because who can they trust? They grew up like that. We need an education program on the TV, 2 or 3 hours per day in the evening. All private TV company must do it to educate the nation. Stop the racial nonsense. Unite and find good government. We tried the PNC, was Black People Party. We tried the PPP, Schoolie People Party. It's time to get rid of this division and form a national front government and use the native Indian as the head of the country. So they are the only one to settle a border dispute. I cannot take Ram and Partab to settle a dispute with Venezuela and Guyana, or Smith or Henry to settle it with Suriname. We have to get an Amerindian man or woman. It's their country. Indigenous. Can you put a Chinese in a dispute between African nation? Take Ethiopia versus their neighbor? No way. He will do that for Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, Philippines, and others. Can you put an Indian to do that? Cannot happen. The same way you cannot put an African to bring peace in India. That is why I congratulate the Kenyan ambassador in the UN when he addressed the war of Ukraine and said to the European, what is amazing, he says, we African was divided by colonial master and was giving name to countries and boundaries, and we respect that. You mean you European could not respect the boundary of your own? It was a slap in the face of the European. But I guess all of you overlook it. But the African man speaks the truth. He should be given a Nobel Prize. My fellow citizen, for Guyana to be going forward, as it is one of the richest countries right now, we must put an Amerindian man or woman from the 9 tribes. Every crime that was committed against anybody shall and will be open. And for all who have footage on your cell phone, keep it. You'll get a lot of money for it. And if you're a wife and you have a husband as a killer, please go to any embassy with your children and tell them and ask for political asylum. Because they will be killing for corrupt Indian businessman, a land grabber, or a minister in government, and who knows who else. Think of it. We can live together as one, or we may die together as one. It is simple. Wake up. Let's unite and put the 6 nations as one, and salute Guyana. And we must put an Amerindian to be the leader with a national front government. I did not see 7 Amerindian in PNC, APNU, nor I did not see them in PPP. But we have 6 people, 6 nations, 1 destiny. And you all call it 1 people, 1 nation, 1 destiny. Y'all don't know English. How could you have 6 different races and call it 1 people, 1 nation, 1 destiny? Then all the jungle, the animal must be lions or must be tigers. You hypocrites. Anyhow, that's my message to you. And no matter how far y'all run, we can bring y'all back. Y'all might kill a few, but there is a God. I wish y'all all the best. But Mr. Ali, you're doing good. Don't listen to negative people. Good luck, and I'm looking forward for a Guyana with love and unity. We all for one, one for all. Thank you.